Okay, I switched to a smaller stand, got rid of the floppy bit, and so now here we are. Yeah, it's still crooked, but what can you do? Not a hell of a lot. The problem is I can't clip the phone in the middle because that's where the buttons on the side are, and the grip triggers the buttons and stops the phone from filming. So it's very annoying. I need a different kind of phone mount, but I do not have one at this time. So we're going to make do with what we've got. Okay, so next it says gather 2.5 pounds of honey and 1 gallon of spring water. So here's some spring water, 1.5 liters. Don't know what that is in gallons. Don't care. This is a gallon. I'll fill it to about halfway. Rocket surgery. Okay. Now 2.5 pounds of honey is another tricky thing. I don't have a scale apart from the bathroom scale. The kitchen scale only goes up to 0.2 kilograms, which is not enough for 2.5 pounds. However, I did a little math, and honey weighs about 0.74 pounds per cup. So 3.4 cups of honey, or 3.5 if we want to round up, which I'm going to do because I want my mead to be a bit sweeter, and I don't think it'll hurt. So we need, oh, I should have sanitized the cup. Oopsie, I did not sanitize the cup. How dumb. Well, I'm just going to A, find the cup, and B, rinse it with scalding hot water. Assuming I can actually find the cup. Hello, cup. And of course the measurements are missing. The numbering has washed off. Great. I can see 2 cups. Great. Great. I have this one too. So here's what we're going to do. Rinse, rinse, rinse. Also, apparently Miko wants some food, so hang on, baby. Hang on, baby. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, that's got to be enough. As you can see, I am not a professional YouTuber. So we got the honey. Pour only half a gallon of water into the sanitized jug using the funnel. Le funnel. Le spring water. So spring water is best. If you don't have spring water, use tap water. Do not use distilled water because you want the minerals that are present in spring water and tap water to help with the fermentation progress and help with flavoring, I guess. I don't know. So 1.5 liters is not quite half a gallon. Oh dear. Guess I should have bought more. I have another bottle, but it's not a full gallon. Oh well. Okay, so that's good enough for now. Now I'm going to add the honey because that's also going to raise the volume up. So we got this little jar and we got this big honker jar. So let's just use the big honker jar for now. Opening up the big honker jar. Pouring 2 cups of honey. And then put some of that water. 1.5 cups of honey. That's a lot of honey. It's almost a whole bunch. This stuff smells so good. So pour onto 1/3 of the honey into the carboy and plug the top with the anti-stopper. Covering with a clean thumb. So this is good enough. This is the 1.5 cups. And this is some thick goodness. This honey smells so good. Exciting stuff. Okay, let that finish running down there. Okay. So now it says to pour 1/3 of the honey, or I've done that, and now I need to put the stopper in it and swoosh it about. Okay, so now we have this first stage of the must. Okay. Continue to add the rest of the honey, 1/3 at a time, shaking to dissolve each time. You now have must. Okay. A little backlighting helps. Okay. I guess I need the swirly swirly. We're swirling, we're swirling, we're swirling, we're swirling. Swirling, swirling, swirling. Oh, my meat is brewing. Rawhide. Oh, wait, that doesn't work. I don't know what's with my voice. I get on, at the end of the day, it always gets hoarse these days. I don't know why. It's very annoying. Starting to sound like Aunt Selma. More honey, 1/3 more honey, So traditionally with mead, you didn't actually add yeast and all this other stuff. You would just let it pick up the natural yeasts from the environment and ferment. I mean, that's how they discovered it, was honey fermenting on its own in the wild when it got wet, like honeycombs when they got wet. And then they would begin to ferment, and animals and people would eat the honeycombs and they would get drunk. And this was how alcohol was discovered. This is the first alcoholic beverage of history is, of course, mead. Followed by, I believe, beer was next, and then wine later. I'm not entirely sure on that, but that seems the proper timeline for me. And they say a good mead shouldn't even taste like honey. It tastes like a white wine, and I've had meads that you wouldn't even know they were made with honey. Apart from the fact is you don't get the sulfite headache if you are sensitive to sulfites, because there isn't any in honey. At least as far as I'm aware. And we're swirling. Swirling. That was more shaking than swirling, but I think it did the trick. Okay. Before adding any more spring water, add the entire packet of day 1 yeast nutrients to the carboy and shake to dissolve. The other packet of yeast nutrients will be used on day 2 and day 5. Okay, so I need the day 1 yeast. What's this one? Day 1 yeast nutrients. Okay, so I'm not sure what day that goes in. So okay. Oops, I missed a step. Oh no, I didn't. Okay, so step 4 is adding the day 1 yeast nutrients. Shake to dissolve. Then I add the Lavalin D47 yeast packet, the wine making yeast, this stuff. Okay, so first we get our day 1. Put the whole thing in there. And we're shaking and swirling. As I was saying about yeast tasting like white wine and not very sweet, I like my mead, not the yeast, my mead sweet. So that's why I'm using a bit more honey, and I can also back sweeten it at bottling. Where you just simply add some more honey to it, which will actually continue the fermentation process and make it bubbly too if you're after that, which I kind of like it bubbly too. So okay, so I put that in. Now add spring water until the carboy until you reach the 1 gallon fill line just above the raised letters on the carboy. Okay, so just above the 1 gallon mark. Okay, and they'll put in the D47 yeast. Add the carboy, assemble and fill. Oh, I don't shake it. Okay. Oh, I need to. What? Okay, so this on the packet says to rehydrate before use. And then add to the must. Okay. It doesn't say it here in the instructions. Open the Lavalin D47 yeast packet and add the entire contents to the carboy. So I'm guessing this is just standard winemaking, but for Mead, they just say pour it right in. So I'm just going to follow the instructions and hope for the best. I mean, although it wouldn't kill me to rehydrate it a bit first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of spring water into this jar here. So I'm concerned that it won't work, but I mean, it must. It's going to hydrate in there, right? It's going to soak up water in there. I don't know. The instructions say nothing about it, but the packet does. So, yeah, I'm just going to follow the instructions, damn it. Oh, it said to add the water first. I'm going to use the measuring cups, which will help get the last of the honey out of it. Not quite all the way up yet. Right. Okay, so assemble and fill this thing with water. Okay. Oops, I overfilled it. And insert it into the plug. And in here. I have a little concern that I put a little too much water in because it's really full. Okay. So that's it for today. Mead will ferment for a total of 30 days. So today is June the hell day is it today? July. July 3rd. So, but tomorrow I need to degas and add more stuff to it. Okay, so that's it for today. That's the beginnings of Mead, and hopefully it'll turn out okay. So there. I'll keep you posted. All right, bye.